which are perfect for, however we get there, for finding that over their head, okay? With this weapon, I can leave enough here for it to be offensive, but I can leave enough here to get the hook into the legs. So I'll do it low, but when I'm basically doing this play, I can hook both legs, okay? So this length lends itself really well to keeping him at distance, to smash bits. What I ideally want to do is go, oh my god, he's got something, bosh, bosh. Hi all, Marky and John here with the Exiles. In this quick video we're going to talk about Bastoncello. It's a very unloved part of the system of Fury, and that's because there's only 4 techniques. There's a question this week on the Scholars of Fury Deliberate Facebook group. How long should one of these be? And I answered that question with my honest opinion. I said that one of these should be about 18 inches long, of Bastoncello. Of course we don't know. If you look at imagery from the period, bear in mind a stick like this was often carried by people of office, yeah, as a sign of office. So it wouldn't be unusual to see someone important with a stick like this, different shapes and sizes. And what we can see from that imagery is also different lengths as well, okay? But when we're looking at applying just the 4 plays that we see in the manuscript, I'll expand on that in a second because there's a bit more to it. We do need a Bastoncello of a certain length. Now there was a suggestion that it should be as long as a rondelle. Well, this is a wooden trainer, obviously, I've talked about this before. In my view, this is just a little bit too short, and the key giveaway is one of the plays, okay? So if John drops his Bastoncello for the moment, so one of the plays we see, however we get there, is we basically are snaking around the back of the head and we're securing a grip around them. We're basically just pulling them down, okay? We're using their neck, basically, to wrench it, to put them to ground, to cause them damage, to not cause them nasty stuff. This is a fairly standard type of length of rondelle. They could come a lot longer, but they could also be a lot shorter as well. I'll link a video to some historical examples underneath that we've got in the group. But this really is a little bit too short for lots of different reasons, but mainly, let's set this up. So let's just imagine a setup. So strike comes in, I'm going to cover that, I'm going to smash everything, I'm going to basically just stick this up here. I'm going to come over the top, I'm going to choke him on it. I can just about get away with it, but in the heat of the moment, with him moving, I don't really have enough to pass around. Exactly, I'm struggling basically to find the end of my weapon, okay? So we use Bastoncellos about this long, okay? But as I say, about 18 inches, which are perfect for, however we get there, for finding that over their head, okay? They're also perfect for the other plays too, passing between the legs and basically giving them something to throw them over. I'm not going to do this today, it's a bit too personal and John hasn't got a box on, but with something this long, okay, first of all, I can't leave enough what we call butt end. I can't leave enough sticking out my hand with a good balance point to go underneath and secure a leg basically to the back of the length of wood that is. I can't really get that play working. I end up just hooking one leg and it won't work. So with this weapon, I can leave enough here for it to be offensive, but I can leave enough here to get the hook into the legs. So I'll do it low, but when I'm basically doing this play, I can hook both legs, okay? So again, about 18 inches feels quite comfortable to basically do that with. The other thing we need to think about, and this is where we can expand on the Bastoncello stuff quite a bit. There's lots of other sources, not direct stick sources, but we can infer a lot from imagery and things like that. We can also infer quite a lot from the Abbotsari and the dagger of Fury's works. That's a different video. But one thing, or a couple of things I need to be conscious of is different targets, different things to hit, okay? So with this kind of length, all right, it means that if we are, well, generally speaking, I'd be unarmed versus Bastoncello, so sorry I had to pick that up. But generally speaking, I want to keep him at distance, okay? I remember, I'm a nobleman, I've got money, I don't want this ruffian to get in the way. If he stabs you with a dagger, I don't want him to get too close. So this length lends itself really well to keeping him at distance, to smash bits, to reach vulnerable targets. This length lends itself really well. The other thing this lends itself really well to is dagger as well. So he's going to thrust at me, he's going to surprise me, I'm walking about with my martial stick, is going to thrust low. I need to be able to cover this and hit stuff. Remember, I can thrust with it, but it's not going to be particularly effective. I need to be able to reach a target, okay, with the clubbing action of this weapon. So if it's too short, I'm going to basically have to be a little bit closer. What I ideally want to do is go, oh my god, it's got something, bosh, bosh. So 18 inches just lends itself to that kind of example, that kind of action. So it's just a short video really. We have a whole bunch of these things in our club. If you get to level 3 and above, one of our guys will make you a bastoncello, and they're all a fairly sort of standard 18 inches long. And so that's just a bit of a reason as to why I think that's just a really good length. Thanks to John, and until the next one.